This is Out Loud and Laughing.
Yeah.
There she is.
Oh, how do I look 7 days in?
I mean, she looks snatched.
Considering the only snatching I did was snacks and no sleep.
2026. Also, okay, Jon, I am all about vanity this year. I'm going to look beautiful, which, already do, but, let's just add to it. Costco, as you know, is my new favorite place. Jon, they sell protein water.
Protein water, so basically all the benefits of protein and all of the benefits of no calories.
And
Or very
hydration.
little. And hydrate.
So-
you know what I say really quickly? I say hydration is continuous. We should be continuously hydrating. Continue.
I agree. Okay, so sparkling water, it's sparkling protein. Sell it at Costco. Not cheap, but I gave it a whirl because we're in 2026. And protein and hydration, check, box, right? It's
Following.
130 calories, but that's the protein.
Not bad.
It's a little bit thicker than water because it has protein in it.
Viscous.
Slightly snottish. And it's but it's blue raspberry lemonade, so I'm just calling it my mocktail.
I literally just laughed up snot when you said that. I think I just swallowed 130 calories and it had no name this time. So,
well, protein's protein.
that's get it where you can, y'all. It's 2026. Times are tough.
Swallow what you can.
Swallow what you can.
But yeah, this is my new sparkling protein.
Who's making this?
Oh, brand partnership.
I think so. I don't know if you like it so
it's-
much.
Genius Gourmet.
Sounds genius. Sounds gourmet. Gourmet is like the vanity word for delicious.
Gourmet, yeah. And I'm not letting sleep on this one, Jon.
No,
If
I
I
don't
can
think
drink
you
a
should.
water and get 30 grams of protein and then, walk away with a little more muscle, and why not?
Stay full longer.
But here's the problem, Jon, is I'm having a protein water for 2026 to lose the weight, to snatch, get tight, while also eating a scone. That is not.
I just consider you an equal opportunist. Like, why would we neglect ourselves from the things we love? I think it's all about moderation.
I like balance. If I lose a pound, I want to gain a pound at the same time.
My homegirl Maya Angelou once said, everything in moderation, even moderation. And I think that the truth could be said for things like vanity.
It's a scone. Here we go.
Should we? Well, as you
Dive
dig
into
into
it.
your scone, I was gonna say, as you clear your teeth of gluten, I think that this is a great time, just a few days into the new year, to focus on what vanity is and how you
'Cause
see
everyone's
it.
thinking about it.
Everyone's thinking about it. Everybody approaches it differently. I know, I was sort of having a moment before we met about like what it meant to me and sort of what are some relatable ways that we can,
Like before we met, like as babies.
well, I knew you were vain the minute I met you, and I knew that's why we would get along so well. And 41 years later, here we are. No, but like, I think a lot of times we can talk about these topics in sort of their more grandiose like meanings, but like also like to find it, like to bring it a little closer to home and to bring it, a little bit less narcissistic and more sort of human, right?
Mhm.
I really think it's important for us to discuss sort of like where vanity is helpful and where it's hurtful, how it shows up, and sort of to dig into it. What do you think?
I completely agree. I wanna dig into vanity because I wanna kind of start at the top though, because I wanna kind of, why do we feel the need as humans to reset in January? Like at the end of the day, if you want to lose weight, why not do it in March? Why not do it in November? Why do we feel this need that January is like this refresh,
Yeah, well, I think as emotional beings, and this is my perception, obviously, as emotional beings, we're so enamored by these big monumental moments. And I
Yeah.
think we sort of jump on that momentum. And I do think that we need a little bit of a drive to sort of jumpstart a lot of like these like thoughts into action approaches. And what better time than the beginning of a year to track your progress over the next 365 days? I get it. I do get it, actually.
I think people like a reset, and this feels like a reset every year,
It is. I mean, anytime you have a problem with your technology, all you have to do is reset it. So why not kind of make the same practice of ourselves?
But I will say, if your pants don't fit in March, don't wait till the next year. Start in March.
Start in March. Start last week. Like put your scone down.
No, I'm good. My pants fit. I'm in stretchy pants.
Yeah. But, if you sort of know the word vanity, but like don't necessarily understand what it is in its entirety, I think it would be
Mm,
really good to sort of just throw out like the Webster, like, version here, which basically like in its worst form, I think vanity is like an excessive focus on things that don't necessarily matter.
mm.
Appearance, I would throw achievements in there, but achievements somewhat matter. I think it's the way it's like perceived to self, but like your self-image, especially like um when it's focused on more external validation, and I think that that's true for the appearance, the achievement, self-image. If you're trying to do those things to like get validation as opposed to like feel more confident and self-assuaged, that therein lies the vanity.
I agree, but I feel like everything you just said is wrong with vanity is everything that's right about being a gay man.
In the joking sense, yeah, but like in the serious sense, the reason why we are so vain is because we are looking for external validation because we don't, well, I'm not going to say we
Like,
don't
we don't
have
love ourselves.
I mean, at the very least, some of us were taught not to, and the ones doing the work are sort of rising above. So vanity then like sort of beautifully transforms into self-confidence. But yeah, I think it's human to be vain. Everybody feels better in nicer clothes or with a little bit of like a zhuzh, whether that be
Mm,
makeup or jewelry or whatever it is that makes you feel better, and getting that external validation. I think we all really enjoy also being part of a community, being accepted, and like by putting up all of these superfluous things like drawn on eyebrows, labels, the way that we sort of just appear, face products, all the things that we use, the brands
Sharpie
that we
lip line.
sharp get it, chola.
Yeah.
I think we use all of these things for that external validation, for that vanity.
Yes, I agree. I also think like I have no problem with vanity. I don't actually see it as a negative at all. As long as you're doing it for yourself, I think that's fine. To your point, if you do it for external validation, that's where it's like a problem. Like if you get your boobs done, you get your boobs done because you want your boobs done, do it. If you get your boobs done because a man's making you do it, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think as long as vanity is making you happy, like I think that's okay. Um, but I also think that you have to be realistic with your vanity. Right? Like, some people, like, reset their entire facial, like, regimen in January. Some people say, "I wanna lose 30 pounds and by end of February." Like, it's also setting realistic expectations on putting yourself on a journey, like you and I have been, right? Like, we didn't do a quick fix to, like we're, like, longevity of, like, keeping our weight off and trying to stay, So I feel like people, um what ends up happening, because I have a trainer at the gym, and basically he says, "January and February are chaos, and then by March, we're back to normal." You know?
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting that people just that they jump on a bandwagon, but they have a really hard time committing, which means you're just doing it because you wanna jump on it.
And that's the paradox, right? Like
Yes.
you almost feel that by jumping on this bandwagon that you're going to get this sense of promise of safety because you're now going to be admired, or you're going to
Yeah,
get like what it is that you're seeking is this image, but that admiration is temporary.
and
You're
if
going
you're
to
not ready, you're not ready.
And if you're not ready, you're not ready. And I think a lot of places where people get stuck to, which is really important here, is in the comparison. When we compare ourselves to others, I think there's a little bit of vanity there too, right? Like,
Yes.
and I've learned along my journey that, and I love this little soundbite where compare is to despair. Like,
Mhm.
if you are comparing yourself to somebody, there's something about yourself that you are just not happy about, and if there's anything that I can take with me to the grave, it's that the only thing we can control is what we can control, and,
Yes.
like, some of those things are showing up to the gym, meeting your trainer, making those promises to yourself, and it not being so that you can be on the cover of, like, Sports Illustrated, because let's face it, we will never be, but at the very end of the day, that you can stand in front of the mirror and, like, have other things to say to yourself besides, "I look good," and say things like, I was able to do that workout for myself today.
Yeah.
I feel better. I am stronger. I sleep better. Like things like that that we don't ever talk about because we're always looking at the front cover, the vanity, right?
It's true. It's true. I think Um, it's so interesting, and I think vanity outside of just beauty is, a little bit of, like I don't know if how you think about vain, but, like, a little bit of showing off sometimes as well. And so I think I was actually thinking of some examples outside of just, like, the beauty and the fitness and the health, because those are obviously easy ones. But things around being vain are, like, even, like, the Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year. Like, people are showing off what they listen to, they're trying to like, everyone's just trying to one up each other. Does that make sense? So it's interesting that vain is more than just the standard beauty health situation.
Right. It becomes like a new portal, another portal of what you can see, what I can dress up, right? Like we do
Yeah.
this a lot. We do this a lot with our stories, right? Where we highlight their highlight reels. The highlight
Yes.
reel is called the highlight reel for a reason. It's exciting. It's all the good things. You're going to keep out sort of the protagonist and sort of just highlight the heroic moments, the epic moments. But that's not life, and that's where imbalance becomes
Yes.
dangerous, and you don't start to ask yourself the important questions of, am I uploading this, showing this, doing this so that people like how I look, sound, or succeed? Or am I actually posting these things because it allows me to live in a way that makes me feel honest and it's meaningful to me and it's very different, the intention?
Do you know who one of my top artists was, though, this year? Or
I
from
do.
last year?
I can take a wild guess, but I'd love for you to tell me.
It's not Britney Spears.
Was it Jim Veraros?
Yes, we have our guest that we love, and we've been listening to his music because 'cause we're gays supporting gays.
We are gay supporting gays, and ironically, I was reviewing some of the data because it's always
Mm,
fun to kind of lift the hood up on some of our performance. Jim Veraros, his fans really loved Out Loud and Laughing. They came over 500 times to hear us, so that was
see?
really cool just on YouTube alone. I didn't even look into the Spotify or other
I love
channels,
that
but
for us.
so it's
We're so
tracking.
vain.
We're so vain. It's totally tracking with our Wrapped. But yeah, like these things of like, showing the best of is it's nice. There's a time and a place, but
Mm,
I do think that like vanity versus alignment like really needs to be looked at by yourself. It's sort of a self-reflection exercise. And, I'll tell you a really good way if you find that like, because I also think that people say, oh, well, in vain or vanity can be perceived as sort of a negative thing. And as
yeah.
I touched on in the beginning, it's human. I think like the adverse to vanity is gratitude.
Mm,
And so, if you find yourself finding it really difficult to find joy in some of the less superfluous things, like,
yeah.
you know, maybe just start making a quick list every day. I started this 5-minute journal this past year. It's sort of a promise that I'm making to myself,
Uh-huh.
where I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for in the morning. I write 3 things that I'm grateful for at the end of the night, of my day, and then I write like a self-prophecy, like basically, I am strong and I can do anything. And it's really helping me reframe because outside of that, we're just grasping for
Mm,
straws.
yeah, I think that's true. That's what I was gonna ask you too, because there's vanity and then there's self-love, and I wonder though, is there a difference?
Again, it's just an intention, don't you think? Like if you are able to, at the end of the day, shut your eyes and feel content and satisfied with what you accomplished in a day, I think that you are on the path to the right sort of self-affirmation journey. If at the end of the day you close your eyes and you still feel empty, you don't feel fulfilled, then it's vanity that's driving you because there's nothing left to validate you when you're solo, right? Like,
Yeah. At the end of the day, though, if you can't close your eyes, John, you did too much Botox.
or too much drugs, too much Adderall. You need to go to your
Yes.
psychiatrist and have them lower your SSRIs.
Oh, that's a good one. Do drugs make you vain?
Yeah, they do. You know why? Because they block all of the emotional things that you want to avoid about yourself. That's one of the hardest things about addicts and narcissists is that they are the most vain people. They use all of these tools externally to like hide and put barriers around the real work that lies underneath it all, of course.
So I'm thinking more through the lens of, like, not meth, but more like alcohol. But not that you were thinking through the lens of meth. Um, but with alcohol, I do feel like it gives you confidence to be more vain.
Whereas, like, meth just, like, rots your teeth away,
But that's
takes away
also
your vanity.
some people are into that though, so I wouldn't say it's not vain.
It's like a kink.
Yeah.
Zombie teeth is now
I
the
have a
new
kink. I
kink.
love meth teeth.
Yeah. Meth teeth and meth skin. No, if
No,
you
but I think
are
confidence
mm,
leads to vanity in an interesting way, like, whether you're, like, high on, like, a really good, like, leaf, or you've had a really good cocktail, like, it puts you in a place where you're, like, just you're feeling yourself a little bit, right? Like, your swag, your walk is a little bit extra, like, is that vain, or is that just confidence, or is that both?
oh, I think it's vain, and I think I can and then here's again, like, I really think it's important to understand intention. I've said the word 19 times already, but
I
because
know.
the reason with vanity is it's like it's so impermanent, right?
Right.
Whereas something like self-confidence lives uh unbothered. It's something that
Mm,
you protect. So if you don't need external validation in the moments of like drinking or getting high or whatever, it's almost like ego over essence, prioritizing your image over the character of meaning. You know what I
yes,
mean? Like,
yes.
because all those drugs are doing is they're masking your insecurities, and it's basically you're hiding behind it.
I love Mask for Mask.
I love a good mask for vanity mask. That's a great one too.
Yes,
The way that we label ourselves, like it's all in vain.
it's true. Also, vanity now is no longer just in public. Like, vain is like how you show up on social media, on your profiles, on all of that stuff too, right? Like,
The idea that sex sells.
yeah, it definitely does. Hello, OnlyFans.
Hello, OnlyFans. Hello, Grinder. Hello, MySpace. Hello, Hot or Not. Hello, whatever. I mean,
Oh my
since the
gosh.
dawn of time, I mean, we've been privy to feel badly for the beautiful people who suffer, and we somehow have grown complacent and not caring too much for those who aren't so vain or that we aren't so attracted to externally from suffering. I think of stories of like Hunchback of Notre Dame versus like Cinderella, rags to riches versus like having, we do this a lot in public with and in our societies with people with disabilities or malformations or people who have just, have different extremity problems and, handicaps in a vain way, people like turn an eye so that they don't have to learn or lean into the compassionate side of themselves that would require them to learn and put some of their own ego
Yeah,
aside. It's a big thing. And again, we're human, so we're not perfect. And I'm not saying that I am. I am also a vain human. I care about my appearance. You can see by my background, I care about my surroundings. And so yeah, vanity does exist in everybody's life. So
I
there's a healthy place for it, but just to know it exists, I think is the healthy part.
okay. I don't disagree. Now, what I think we should do is shit talk. Who are people that are vain that we think should shut the fuck up?
Oh
I'll
God.
I got my first one.
Okay.
Melania Trump.
That is the greatest one. That is
Right?
the greatest one because even when she talks to children, it just sounds so disingenuous and it sounds
Oh,
so proclamating. Yeah. I mean, her and her husband both can use a little bit
wow.
of a vanity check if you ask me and the entire family and many
I
people
agree.
who yeah. But
Who else?
anyways,
Who
who
else?
else? Well, I think you know who got checked actually is
Who?
our former friend Nicki Minaj.
Girl.
She got checked so much and her
She is
vanity got the
feeling
best of her.
Oh, yeah, she is feeling herself, and no one's feeling her.
Exactly. And that is basically the difference between vanity and confidence, right? Like suddenly like well, not suddenly, but like it's just a true manifestation how confusing attention can be with self-connection, right?
Okay, another person who's very vain.
Go.
My daughter.
Kenzie can be a little vain, but I give her a little bit of space because she doesn't have too much credit to contextualize the world yet.
I'm
So,
here for it. It's positive vein. Feel
it's
yourself, girl. You are 6. You are living. Your
do
skin will never
you
be so tight.
do you know when we were in Mexico, your skin will never be so tight. Do you know when we were in Mexico, we were like in a moment of changing outfits
Like
and
diapers. Oh, yeah.
definitely not diapers. She's way older
No,
than
I
that.
meant yours.
I did that in private, thank you very much. I begged you to not say that live, but thank you. No, but, like, we were talking about bags that she should bring,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "You should bring this one, to match it." She goes, "No, that's for the pool."
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, okay," because she cares that people understand that she shows up with her pool bag to the pool.
As one should, John.
Yeah.
She she has over 100 purses, and it was so funny because your mom for Christmas got Kenzie, a My First Purse kit, and so Kenzie was like, "This is my first purse," and we were like, "Yeah, funny, it's your first 100th purse."
This girl has our one of our grandmother's, Louis Vuitton purses. Our grandmother was not rich, it was gifted to her. Kenzie has that. Kenzie was also gifted this year her first
Kate
Kate
Spade.
Spade. She's got a bag from China, Tokyo. Where is it from? That plastic
That
pink
looks like
one?
a dog.
Yeah, mhm.
Mhm, yeah, it's a French bulldog purse, it's couture, you can open up the back and put stuff in it.
Yeah, wow. You could do that with a French bulldog too, apparently.
She has all kinds of purses, all colors. She is the epitome of vain, but I love vain for a 6-year-old because it goes back to our conversation. I feel like it leads to confidence, and I will never shun that light for her, you know?
Completely. I love that journey, and you should definitely take her on it. It's also a reminder that a 6-year-old who has the affinity to care
Yeah.
about it's a reminder that these sort of emotions are innate within us, and it's part of
Yes.
like the design of our journey. And so I just think it's important that we understand our intention
Mhm.
and that we can know that vanity can shrink when purpose and presence and self-compassion grow. So just keep loving yourself this year.
Keep that in mind, everyone. Enjoy your vanity. Do it in a positive light, not a Nicki Minaj light, and live and be prosper. And I'm about to go, John, to go do my face regimen that I just started yesterday.
Oh, very good. I'm gonna go be vain.
20 serums later.
This was Out Loud and Laughing.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, or wherever.